Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya madhyamam Asmadacharya paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Bhagavan Shankaracharya or his disciples showing us now the path of sadhana, the path of practice. And Bhagavan mentioned that Bhagavad Gita kinchita dita. If someone has read even a wee bit of Bhagavad Gita, studied its deeper import and brought it into his or her actions or as one's direct experience of the truth, one who's able to sip even a bit from this ever-flowing Ganga of knowledge, and one who is able to, even for a second, with his or her devotion, love and surrender, come to have just a glimpse of that truth, that reality, in whose infinitude this little ego just melts away. This murra comes to an end. But if someone might say, even that is difficult for me, and what do you mean by sakridapiyena murari samarcha? Even for a minute or for a few moments or even a second, there is surrender to Murari, the destroyer of Mura. How is that possible? This next beautiful verse points out to us what is devotion and what is this surrender in devotion. Whenever we are given some practice, any practice is easy when there is love and sincerity. And when there is no love and sincerity, everything is difficult. Yet, knowledge does require a certain prepared equipment of our integrated mind and intellect, head and the heart. But emotions we all have. And here, Bhagavan Shankaracharya points out to us the path of devotion and surrender. And if there is nothing you can do, one thing we certainly can do is shed tears. Recognize our state of helplessness. And when through that humility, there is this cry from the heart that enough of the suffering. When from such a heart, a prayer comes that, "Oh Lord, please, please free me from this world of uncertainty. Free me." When a call from a humble, helpless heart takes place, how cannot the heart of the lover of the universe, the protector of the universe, the giver of the universe melt? This beautiful verse of surrender and devotion cannot be explained, nor the attitude of surrender or how one should surrender. One has to just feel it and recognize it. Here, from such a heart, this prayer comes out. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Iha samsare bahudustare, kripaya pare pahi murare. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Iha samsare bahudustare, kripaya pare pahi murare. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. What is life? That again we are born, again we die, and if death was the end of it all, so would all our sufferings come to an end. But punarapi janani jatare shayanam. And again, to live in the womb of a mother, of any species, of any creature, to lie in the womb, iha samsare bahudustare, and again be born, again die, again be born in different wombs. This samsara, this world of change, this world of transmigration, bahudustare, I have had enough of it. It is only ridden with pain and sorrow, with just a few licks of joy. Kripaya pare pahi murare. O destroyer of the demon Mura, the sensuous ego, Kripaya, out of your love, your kindness, your compassion, Kripaya pare pahi murare. O destroyer of Mura, please end this apar samsar, this unending sansar. Please, please, out of your grace, please free me. When we find ourselves to be helpless, let the heart reach out to the Lord of love and compassion and let Him show the way. When a child wanting to play, the mother spreads out the toys for the children just for their joy and their happiness, and also tells the children, share and together enjoy yourself. But sooner or later, one becomes selfish, pulls the toy to himself, the other wants it back, my, I. They start fighting with each other and start crying. In the process, the little toddler starts crying. The mother comes and sees that the older children have taken away the toy of the little one. The child is crying for the toy. The mother comes, scolds the older children, takes away the toy from them and gives it to the little child. Temporarily, the child is enjoying himself. Again starts crying. Again the mother comes and helps the child. Till finally, that little child has had it enough with his friends, with his siblings, and those toys coming to him and going. finally crawls to the mother and spreads out the arms to the mother with tears in eyes, wanting no more any toys but just the mother. At that time, however busy the mother may be, she just picks the child into her secure lap and does her work, but the child is in her love, her warmth, the most restful and blissful place. In the same way, while we are busy with the toys of the world, the Lord provides for us in plenty, but we don't recognize His grace. And we continue to be attached, possessive, wanting, desiring, thinking still that these pleasures will give us permanent happiness. For those who have realized that the end result of everything is sorrow only, and one who wants to get out of it and says, "Oh Lord, now only you are my Savior. Now only you can pick me up from this ever-changing temporary world." And realizing that life or the source of life, the self never comes to an end. But because of our desires, our ignorance, our ego, we constantly, continuously have a huge shopping list. And when that shopping list is not complete, you go to the next destination. And that is how birth and death, birth and death. It is said that when the soul has to, or the jiva has to enter another womb, and those months that it remains in the womb, burning in the heat, the acidity, coiled in, it seems every jiva, every soul tells a Lord that now when I come out from this womb, I shall spend my time just wanting you, desiring you, worshipping you, serving you. And I do not want to be born again, so I don't have to die again. Yet, when we come and see the pleasures of the world, we forget what was the real purpose for which we came into this world from the very womb of the mother. When we regretted having still continued to the next life, our shopping list or the bundle of our desires that we carry with us from life to life to life, and finally only experiencing a life that very often we feel regretful. It sounds sad, but the best part is, at any period of time, in any life, if only we realize that there is one eternal Lord, the lover of the universe, the creator of the universe, who loves us unconditionally, and who will, for one who calls out in this manner, that one lover of the universe, out of his very nature of love, will come definitely to either show the path, to lead the path, or just to take that devotee into his embrace. What is devotion and surrender cannot be described in words. It has to be felt by the heart. It is not a particular set of words. You can tell your lover something that you have memorized from the internet and repeat it to your lover, but it does not have the emotion. Thus, that emotion that we feel, Pujya Gurudev has in his own words put this prayer, and when we just listen to it, if it brings in us those tears, those feelings, then our heartfelt prayer is definitely heard. If you have the beautiful explanation and commentary of Pujya Gurudev, you will find in the 21st verse, in the middle of the commentary, where Gurudev says, and just close your eyes and listen. Feel it. O destroyer of Mura, Lord Krishna, save me. Help me, please, is the ardent prayer unto him, and seeking his feet of love is the only way out. And even here, what right have I, the slave of my own passions, the non-believer all these years, to seek his help now? True, I have no faith to meet thee, O Lord. I have nothing to offer thee except my own tears. I have nothing to claim for myself except the fatigue of my indulgence, the stink of my selfish acts, the sweat of my passions, and the cords of my attachments. In fact, I don't deserve to be saved. Yet, Lord, I am tired, beaten out completely, exhausted thoroughly, repentant fully, helpless wholly. I surrender myself to Thee and Thy grace. I claim a hearing and expect help from Thee. Are not Thou the ocean of Kripa, of grace, of kindness, of love? Art Thou not the destroyer of the demon Mura? Won't Thou in Thy kindness take pity on me once more and destroy the old enemy Mura in my bosom, the bundle of my own wretched vasanas? Thus surrender unto Him, and to sincerely invoke His grace is to create in ourselves those divine and godly vasanas which are the only antidote to the ego and egocentric vasana that constantly clamor in our hearts. Once these are hushed, the song of the flute bearer shall be heard. The blue light of his aura can be seen. The fragrance of his garland of wild flowers can be smelt. The butter of his hand can be tasted. The embrace of the infinite can be experienced. This is the path of devotion and surrender. And when we recognize the very helplessness of this ego, that's when this prayer comes from our heart. O Lord, now enough. I want you and you alone. And when this surrender takes place, there is complete acceptance. And therefore, such a surrendered person, such a person who has experienced the infinite grace of the Lord, and in his surrender melted the ego or destroyed the ego at his lotus feet and come to realize the infinite truth and the infinite bliss. How does that person live in this world? Bhagwan Shankaracharya again comes to that theme of such a surrendered person, such a devotee, such a realized, enlightened person. And he says, Rathya charapata virachita kantha punya punya vivarjita panta yogi yoga niyojita chitta ramate balonmattavadeva bhaja govindam bhaja govindam govindam bhaja mudhamate. Rathya, on the road. Charpata virachita kantha. A godadi or a shawl, a cloth made up of maybe pieces of thrown away cloth or rags, wearing such a royal godadi, it is called, made up of just pieces of cloth. Punya punya vivarjita pantaha. And such a person, in short, to give us an idea that giving the maximum, taking the minimum, in fact, what is discarded by people or left over from people, using that. What path does such a person walk? Punya apunya vivarjita pantha. Walks the path which is free from punya, merit, and apunya, that is called as papa or sin or demerit. So the path without merit or demerit. Because when there is an ego that I am the doer, then the result of the action that rebounds back on me to give me a sense of well-being is called as punya, but regrets, anxiousness, greed, agitation, this is called as apunya or papa, merit, a demerit, for which either we enjoy or we suffer. But one who has got no more actions, when you say no more actions, no more selfish actions born out of the ego, accepting whatever comes, whether they are colored pieces of rags, different experiences that come, but using that to just cover his body. Punya apunya vivarjita pantha. Yogi, such a person indeed, who has attained that samatva yoga, equanimity of mind, one who has mastered his mind, such a yogi, yoga niyojita chitta, whose mind has been completely united. Yoga means to unite into that state permanently of infinitude, of peace, of quietude, and no longer shaken by any experiences of the world, no longer attracted by any temptations of the world, and one whose actions are only as a love offering to the Lord of his heart. Such a person, ramate, indeed revels and sports, balavat, unmatavat, like a child or like a madman. Now when you say like a child or like a madman, please understand, he is neither childish nor is he crazy. When you say, or when a person says to his beloved, your face is like the moon, that comparison is not with the physical form of the moon, to say that your moon is full of, your face like the moon is full of scars, and throughout the month I see you in phases. Such a simile, a metaphor, is not to be taken literally. Childlike. A child is so pure and innocent, without ego and ulterior motives. such simplicity, that they find joy to laugh and play, giggle with just the smallest things of life. They delight themselves with just whatever is available to them. They don't live in the dead moments of the past. They have no worries and anxieties for the future. And everything for them is just a play. And therefore, childlike, pure, adorable is such a person of enlightenment. Balavat, unmatavat. A madman is considered not to be aware of whatever people are talking around him or her, and lives in his own world, which the common man has got no access to and doesn't see what the common person goes through. In fact, during one of our reflections as a youngster, I remember one of my class mates put this point out. He said, we say that the people in the asylum, because they see differently, they feel differently, that they are mad. Who knows? They might be the sensible ones. But just because we are in the majority doesn't mean that we are sane. We may be the mad ones. Isn't it true? In this world, the intelligent, the wise are very few. What world they live in is very different from the world of joys and sorrows and things that we give importance to. They live in the realm of bliss, that in any circumstances they laugh with joy. And people in the midst of all comforts and luxuries, in the company of dear and loved ones, fight, quarrel, make each other's life miserable, cry for things which are lost, anxious for things that are not gained, and what is there they do not enjoy. Therefore, Shankaracharya says, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Seek Govinda, love Govinda, know and discover Govinda, and spot in this life, as long as life is there in this body. Live in this life, reveling away with whatever comes to you unasked. Such a person whose ego is surrendered, there is no papa, there is no punya. For such a person, there is no joy, no sorrow. Outwardly, you might see that person in whatever condition, but such a person just revels and enjoys in bliss every moment. Why leave that bliss and hold on to our attachments, our ignorance, our desires, and not pursue this wonderful path? Why not seek that lover of the universe? Why not enjoy here and now? Why wait to die, or at the time of death regret, just to be born again, to die again? Thus, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, iha samsare bahudustare, kripaya pare pahi murare. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet, asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
A spiritual journey of 1,000 miles could begin with a single word saturated in grace.
Through the voice of the Masters, made simple, insightful, bringing to you the bliss of unalloyed purity, diving into the depths of silence.
The science of reality at your fingertips. At your pace. At your time.
You change. The world shall change by itself. The world is projected not by me, but me, you and everybody.
Now it is simple. Just click and demand. Anytime, anywhere.
Chinmaya Mission beckons you to claim your ultimate online spiritual treasure.
Chinmaya clicks.
Chinmaya clicks. Chinmaya clicks.
Chinmaya clicks.
High quality videos of talks and more available on your TV, PC, mobile or tablet. The on-demand learning experience.
Just click.